Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about new releases that are coming out, but I'm putting my own kind of little twist on it, and I'm also going to be sharing some results of some Instagram polls that I've been taking over the past couple of weeks and asking you guys whether you're going to buy these products or not as well. So I'm going to tell you my thoughts, plus let you know what all of you thought about the products, and I think it's going to be really helpful and kind of eye-opening because when YouTubers talk about whether they're going to buy something or not, a lot of times it's not realistic because we buy products for our own purposes, like for reviewing and things like that. So sometimes there's going to be products that I buy now because I'm a YouTuber, but if I wasn't, I would not buy. So I think it's helpful kind of to see the difference between whether I say I'm going to buy something and then whether you guys would actually buy it and use it in your daily life. And just quickly before we get into the video, I just want to mention, where I'm sitting today. I am in the living room, and I think my filming location is probably going to change for the summer because my son is home from school, and I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to film videos because he's 5 years old. I can't leave him alone down here while I'm upstairs in my filming room, and if I bring him up there, he just gets bored and then he starts making noise and it gets frustrating for everybody. So this way we're in the family room. He has all of his toys, he has his drawing paper, he can just sit quietly and do what he likes to do for a few minutes while I film a quick video, and that's so far the solution that I've worked out. So I'm sorry if the lighting isn't great. I think on other days it's going to be a little bit better because right now it is super dark and rainy. So I have all these lights on and I don't know if it's shadowy or if it looks bad, but usually when the sun is shining, this location is very bright. I'm in front of a huge wall of windows. So hopefully this works out, but I may just play around with different locations downstairs where I can keep an eye on him. So just letting you know that. So anyway, why don't we go ahead now and jump into the video. So the first product is going to be the Lorac Neon Lights palette, and this is already available at Ulta. It's $29 and it's beautiful, I think, for sure. I love Lorac's formula. I think they have one of the best formulas on the market as far as eyeshadows go. I know some people would disagree with me, but I personally love them. The only thing with this one though is I don't feel like I would use it that often just because it's more of a rainbow palette and I'm not into using the bright colors normally. And a lot of you definitely agreed with me on that one. 12% of you said that you would buy it, 278 people, but 88% of you said you would not, or 2017 people. So that just tells me that a lot of you guys are not into the rainbow trend either. I could be wrong, but a lot of you are not planning to buy this palette. Next up, we have the new Huda Beauty Neon collection, and I have to admit, when I first saw these, they spoke to me, they were jumping out at me. I was like, I need these, they're so beautiful. But the more I sat on it and the more I thought about it, I decided, for the same reason as the Lorac, that I just am not gonna get that much use out of these. I could see playing with them a little bit here in the summertime, but they're not gonna be something that I would wear on a regular basis, or, like I was even thinking maybe I could just get them and review them on my channel in case people were interested. But again, I just feel like they're gonna sit around and collect dust after that. So unless I get tons and tons of requests to review them, I don't think I'm gonna purchase them. And you guys seem to feel pretty much the same way about them. So I did separate it when I was doing the poll by palette. So first up, the neon green palette, 22% of you said that you would buy it, 622 people, and 78% of you said no, you would not, and that was 2,185 people. The neon orange palette, actually 28% of you said that you would buy it, so a little bit more, 807 people, while 72% of you said no, you would not. And then the neon pink palette, 27% of you said that you would buy it, and 73% said you would not. So out of all three palettes, it seems like the neon green one was the least popular, but that was actually the one that kind of spoke to me the most. I don't know, that's weird. So next up, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Alyssa Edwards palette. This is already out as well, and this one I was kind of torn because I collect Anastasia palettes. Every single time one comes out, I don't care, I just buy it because I love them. But this one, I really truly do not see myself using at all, and I feel sad about that, but it's just, again, more neons, more brights. I'm not really into those shadows. I am trying to be more mindful of my purchases, especially high-end. If you guys watched my video at the beginning of the year when I was talking about channel goals, I've limited myself to one high-end palette a month, so I just don't think I'm going to be buying this one. And you guys tended to agree with me, actually. 22% of you said that you would buy it, 78% said you wouldn't. So I was actually pretty surprised by that myself, but The numbers don't lie. Next up is the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Gemini palette. And I actually am gonna buy this one because I've been collecting these. I was originally planning to just kind of save them up and do a review on all of them at the end of the year, but now I'm thinking I might do like a 6-month review of the first 6 palettes and then do another 6-month review in December when the last one is released. But I just thought that maybe if I did a whole bunch of them in one video, then that might be more helpful and you can kind of compare what they look like. I feel like a lot of them kind of look similar. So I am planning on buying that one for sure. But for you guys, only 16% of you said that you were gonna buy it and 84% said no. And I actually got some DMs of people sending me like laughing emojis saying like, hell no, they're not gonna buy it. I don't know. I feel like the colors are okay. I think that these Zodiac palettes are underrated. Sometimes, you know, when you look at them, they don't look like anything special, but then when you get them home and actually swatch them and play with them, they're really nice. And a few of them have definitely surprised me. So anyway, next up is the Jouer Tan Lines palette. And this one, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I have had this in my cart at Sephora for a long time, just waiting to pull the trigger on it, but I decided to take it out because I feel like I have other palettes similar to this in my collection already, so I'm not gonna buy it, but I really, really wanted to. And as far as you guys go, 22% of you said that you were going to buy it, and 78% said you were not gonna buy it either. And I did get some messages saying that you felt like you've seen the colors before, it's just, you know, similar to other things that you have. So I guess we all kind of felt the same way about that one. It's beautiful, but maybe not necessary. Next up is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette, and as you guys know, I already did purchase that. That is my high-end palette for June. I absolutely love it, and I love that she decreased the price and also decreased the amount of product that's in there so that she could keep the price low. It has half the product of the original palettes that she has, so I think that's way better just because I would never hit pan in her other palettes. They have so much product in them, but this one, I probably won't even hit pan on this one, but this palette has very similar amount of product in it to like an Anastasia palette or something, so the price isn't too crazy. It's $65, by the way, versus $129. And actually, a lot of you guys said that you were planning to buy this. 42% of you said you were, or 1,272 people, and 58% of you said no, or 1,777 people. So you were almost split on that one, and I was really surprised by that because it's one of the most expensive things that's in my polls. And then next up is the NYX Age of Aquaria palette, and this one I decided I was not going to purchase right off the start. I just didn't like the color selection that much. It didn't really speak to me. It's not something that I gravitate towards at all. Not that I have a problem with NYX palettes, because I think most of them are really good, but this one was just more about the color selection, and a lot of you guys agreed with me. Only 6% of you said you were planning to buy this one, while 94% of you said you were not. So I think that kind of speaks for itself right there. Next up is the Colourpop Blue Moon palette, and this one is beautiful, but I am not planning to purchase it. I haven't gotten any of their palettes that are just all one color. I'm trying to think of the word, monochromatic maybe. I have not purchased any of them just because I don't see myself using them. Like, I don't see myself using an all blue palette, an all green palette. I need some neutrals mixed in there. When I look for palettes, I look for something that, you know, I can use the whole palette and not have to dip into other ones, and I don't see myself doing an entirely blue look. So I'm gonna pass on this one, but 34% of you said you were planning to buy it, and 66% said you were not. So actually quite a few of you thought that this was really pretty, and I did get a lot of responses saying that you thought that. So next up is the Colourpop highlighting sticks, and I am not planning to buy these only because I'm not really into highlighter these days. I'm sure they're really nice, but I don't see myself using them. They're just gonna sit in a drawer. And actually 46% of you said that you were planning to buy these, while 54% of you said you weren't. So just a little bit over half are not going to buy these. But when it comes to the Colourpop blush sticks, I actually did purchase 6 of these, so you're gonna see those in my Sunday haul. I love blush sticks, I love cream blushes, so I was very, very excited for these, and so were you guys. This was actually the first poll that I took that more than half of you guys were planning to buy it. 53% of you said yes, while only 47% of you said no. So there's definitely a lot of interest in these, and Colourpop's just an awesome brand all the way around. And then next up is the Glamlite Pizza Slice palettes. These look really cute, and I love Glamlite's formula so much, but I know a lot of people are turned off by the food theme. Me personally, I think one of these palettes really speaks to me, the green one. That one looks beautiful. It actually looks very similar to the Colourpop singles palette that I had put together last week in my Sunday haul. And I'm also on Glamlite's PR list, so they may send it to me, but if they don't, I think if I were to purchase one of these, I think I would buy the green one. I think it's just really, really pretty. And again, I love their formula. But only 12% of you said that you would buy these palettes and 88% of you said no. And I also got a lot of comments in DMs just saying, again, that the pizza theme really doesn't appeal to you. Next up is the Milani Gilded Rouge and Gilded Noir palettes, and I do already have these. I got them in PR, but even if I hadn't received them in PR, I still would have purchased them because I love Milani. They're one of my favorite drugstore brands, and all of their palettes have been amazing over the years, so I definitely love them. And for you guys, it was kind of split. 41% of you said you were planning to buy them, and 59% of you said that you were not. And I think a lot of the no's came from just people feeling like they didn't have enough matte shades. That was the one comment that I kept getting over and over from you guys, was that they didn't have enough mattes, there was too much shimmer, or as far as the Rouge one that has the glitter shades in it, that you don't particularly like glitter. But quite a lot of you are still planning to buy these. It wasn't a resounding no by any means. And then next up is Kylie Skincare, and no, I am not planning to buy these products. I have a lot of skincare products that I already love to use, and nothing was really interesting me about it too much. I felt like it was maybe geared toward younger people, and I'm more looking for anti-aging solutions at this point, so it's really just not my demographic, so I will not be purchasing these. And only 8% of you guys said that you were planning to purchase it, while 92% said no. And I also got a bunch of DMs with like laugh crying emojis, like no way, I'm never gonna purchase this. So yeah, I guess a lot of you feel the same way as I do. And then next up are the glowy blushes from The Balm, and you guys know I'm a huge fan of The Balm's blushes. I saw these and immediately wanted to buy them, and I do still plan on buying them, but I'm waiting for one of their 50% off site-wide sales because I know that they do those a few times a year. So for me, it doesn't make sense to purchase them right away because I know at some point they're gonna be 50% off, so I'm just gonna wait till then, but I am definitely planning to buy them. I think they look beautiful. And as far as you guys go, 37% of you said that you would buy them, 63% of you said you're not planning to buy them. All right, so then next up is the Kristen Dominique Rustic Glam palette, and this is actually the first Dominique palette that I am interested in purchasing. I actually did purchase it, so it's on its way to me right now. And originally I was back and forth on it, but I do love these earthy tones a lot. And when I posted this poll, I got so many DMs saying, please review this palette. And if I weren't a YouTuber, I don't know that I would have purchased it necessarily. I do like the color selection, but I don't know that it would have jumped out at me enough, but I am planning to buy it just for review purposes. And 22% of you had said that you were planning to buy this, while 78% said no. And like I said, I was getting so many DMs saying, please review this. I know the poll says that, you know, more people don't want to buy it, but I hope you do because I really want to see it. So anyway, I did end up purchasing it. And then also part of that collection is the Prisma Glow palette. And I'm not buying this just because, again, I'm not really into highlighter these days. I know I'm not going to use it. And only 17% of you said that you were planning to purchase it, while 83% agreed with me and are not planning to buy this palette. And then next up from Juvia's Place, their new I Am Magic foundation. I'm kind of back and forth on this one because it's supposed to be like a velvet matte finish, and sometimes matte finish foundations do not look the best on me because I have dry skin, but I do love Juvia's Place and I want to support them. So I will be picking this one up, as well as the concealer, which I'm going to talk about next. And a lot of you guys actually agreed with me. 47% said you were planning to buy it, while 53% said no. So it was almost split right down the middle. And then as far as the concealer, as I said, I am going to purchase that as well. And I think Juvia's Place really keeps their prices affordable, so I won't feel like I'm completely breaking the bank if I'm going to purchase this. And 45% of you said you would purchase the concealer, while 55% of you said you wouldn't. Next up, we have the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. I don't believe this one is out yet, but I am planning to try this one out as well because I always love their Naked line. And I did like their Naked Skin foundation and concealer that they came out with before, so I'm definitely planning to purchase this one. And a lot of you guys felt the same way. 42% said yes, you are planning to purchase it, while 58% said you were not. Next up are two palettes from Violet Voss. The first one is the Best Life palette, and I really thought this looked interesting. It has a ton of shades in it, and it kind of folds out, so I think it might be a great option for travel, but I just felt like I didn't identify with all of the bright shades again. It's not something that I feel like I'm gonna use all the time, so I said I was gonna pass on this one, and most of you agreed with me. 17% said you were planning to buy it, while 83% said you weren't. And then there's also a mini palette with this collection. It's the Rainbow Mini Palette. And for the exact same reasons, I'm not planning to purchase this either. I don't see myself using all those bright colors. And a lot of you felt the same way. Only 8% of you said you were planning to buy this one, and 92% said no. Next up is the Nars Glowy Lip Tints, and these actually were intriguing to me, but at this time I don't think I'm planning to purchase them. I may change my mind when I go into store and swatch them, but for now I feel like lip gloss is something that I can really just get at the drugstore, and I just don't spend a lot of money on high-end lip glosses, so that's why I'm probably not going to buy these unless there's a color that like really jumps out at me. And 36% of you said that you were planning to buy these, while 64% said you weren't. And then next up is the Morphe Pride palette. This one is already out, and I'm not really a fan of Morphe, so I'm not planning to purchase this. I've just never really been into them as a brand. I don't own any of their palettes, so I'm just gonna keep going with that and skip this one. 27% of you said that you would purchase it, but 73% said you weren't going to, and a lot of you, again, just cited that it was just too bright and too rainbow and that you didn't feel like you were gonna use it in your daily life, but a lot of you also said that you don't support Morphe or don't like the formula of Morphe palettes, so there was that as well. Next up are the new e.l.f. highlighting palettes, and I actually, again, because I'm not a fan of highlighters, was not planning to buy these, but when I posted this poll, I got so many DM requests saying, please review these. They look amazing, so I may end up grabbing one just for review purposes, but if I were not a YouTuber, again, I don't think I would be buying them. 54% of you said that you were planning to buy these, while 46% of you said you weren't, so this was another one that the yeses actually outweighed the nos. And then the last product on the list is the Milani Celestial Glow palette. And I just got this one and actually reviewed it in my Sunday haul last week. So if you saw it, you know that it's a cream formula, super, super sparkly and glowy. And it's beautiful, but I don't think I would have purchased it on my own because of how I feel about highlighters these days. But I did get it in PR. So if you want to see reviews on it, definitely let me know. But only 37% of you said that you were planning to buy it, while 63% said that you weren't. So it's kind of interesting because I feel like you guys are not necessarily over highlighter, because you said the e.l.f. one kind of got a resounding yes, but then the other highlighters on this list kind of were getting the thumbs down from you guys. So I don't know if it's because the e.l.f. is more affordable or if it just looked better to you guys, but I'm really kind of curious about your reasons why you felt the way that you did. All right, guys, so that's everything. I would love to hear from you now in the comments down below. Let me know what products you're planning to purchase and which ones you're planning to skip. I know a lot of you guys are not over on Instagram, so I would love to get your take on it as well. And before I go, also, I want to mention what makeup I'm wearing, because I always get lots of questions about what I'm wearing. I don't know if it's easy to even see what I'm wearing today or not because of the lighting, but a lot of times I film videos way ahead of time, and then by the time I'm editing, I don't always remember everything that I'm wearing, so I'm just gonna let you know right here. Obviously, if you don't care, you could just stop the video now. But anyway, on my face, I'm wearing the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation in Soft Ivory, and I actually love this. I've been using it a lot more lately because it's summertime, and really, really enjoying it. I think it's one of the only stick foundations that actually looks good on my skin. On my cheeks, I'm wearing one of the new Colourpop blush sticks. This is in the shade Cool It. It's a really pretty kind of cool tone pink. And then on my eyes, I'm wearing the Milani Gilded Rouge palette. And I'm wearing this rosy matte shade in my crease right here. And then this shimmery brown on the lid. And then this shimmery pink on the center of my lid just to brighten it up. I think this palette is really, really beautiful. On my lashes, I'm wearing the Makeup Revolution Mascara Revolution. Brows, I'm wearing Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. And then on my lips, I'm wearing one of these newfound shiny liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Intrigue. It's a beautiful, beautiful color, and I think what's interesting about these is it's called a shiny liquid lipstick, but I really don't find it to be that shiny. I was expecting more of a glossy formula, but they're sort of more of a mousse-like texture. They're definitely not dry or matte, they're kind of more satin, I would say. So anyway, that is everything that I'm wearing, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well before you leave. I would love to have you here as a subscriber. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.